Welcome to the Tea Hut, the podcast for unorthodox entrepreneurs striving for success by going against the grain, breaking down barriers beyond the biscuit tin, revealing what property professionals and construction workers really talk about on their tea breaks. Join us as we delve deep to uncover what it takes to succeed and be the best version of yourself.
So then we train together and then I've been bodybuilding ever since.
Yeah.
And then I do a bit of boxing as well now, just for the CV.
Yeah.
After the heart attack.
Yeah, fuck that. We were just getting to
my
that.
story. We're like backwards. I might have to do like 4 of these.
We're gonna have to come back and revisit and do like an episode recap.
Break it into sections.
Yeah, mate. It's good though because you've been so open and you're up for talking about everything from start to finish. A lot of people come in here with like an agenda. You know what I mean? A lot of people come in here and if they've got a product or a certain thing they're promoting, they want to talk about that. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but let's get into fucking you as a person. This ain't a sales pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want people to listen to this and go, fuck me, like, he's done that. Do you know what I mean, though, man?
Mine's done it. Yeah, if he's done that after being there, I can do it from this start point.
Yeah.
That's what I want people to know, you know.
That's what it's about, mate.
You know, I mean, yeah, I have put myself on minimum wage for the last 7 years. I've been working away from home. You know, I've saved.
You made sacrifices,
massive sacrifice.
But you've done that because you had to get
a reason. Yeah, I had it caught. So
fucking all right. Let's rock. Heart attack. What happened? Why?
Right. So obviously when I got sent to jail, I'd been using steroids and I'd been a competitive bodybuilder. Obviously none of that in jail.
Yeah.
But I trained my heart out. Still kept on my diet.
Yeah.
I was spending 3/4 of my money every week on tuna.
Really?
Seriously.
Just trying to get
tuna and pasta, and I was still eating the meals every day, bro.
Yeah.
Cooking up in my kettle.
Yeah.
That's how you cook.
Yeah.
Cooking
Kettle pasta, mate. Yeah.
Kettle pasta, kettle curries.
Yeah, my mate used to tell me
about mackerel curries.
Yeah.
It's sick, you know.
Yeah.
We used to make all sorts of pizzas out of flatbreads. You get creative.
Yeah, whatever you got.
Get creative.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I kept regimented. I trained all the way through. Came out. I was bigger than when I went in, even though I was natural. And then I thought I'm gonna get the Brits because I missed out on the Brits. I didn't win any.
Yeah,
I got a medal. I wanted a trophy, and I needed to be bigger.
Yeah. So
I got bigger. So I just concentrated, working, head down, keeping myself out of the limelight. Again, hiding the fact I've been to jail because I didn't want the employers to find out. So I was just head down, focused. I used to just train, gym. That's it.
Yeah.
I did that for like 7 years. But I got up to I was heavy. I was like 112, 113 kilos, something like that. I'm 5'9.5".
Yeah.
It's the only average thing about me. That's average height of a British man. So I was big.
Yeah,
I used to have to hold my breath to tie my laces. Yeah. Big old geezer. And I wasn't doing any CV.
Yeah.
Then I was doing, at the time I was managing. So I was managing sites. I was doing harvesters.
Yeah.
I was doing the harvesters. I was doing the harvester rollout.
Yeah.
Anyway, there were 3-week projects. I used to get a week where the pub would stay open and you do the outside area.
Yeah.
So you do the fences, fascias, stuff like that. Build outside areas.
Yeah.
And then they'd shut the pub for 2 weeks.
And you got the internals.
And then just go mad. And it's stressful.
Yeah.
Like
you got deadlines, didn't you?
And I've never not handed over
on time.
Yeah. A couple of them, like the Ivy, if that didn't get handed over on time, it was 20 grand a day.
Yeah.
There were a wedding venue that I did. If that didn't get handed over, that was 30 grand a day.
Yeah.
Because that's how much they made. One room were 12 grand, one room were 18.
Yeah.
30 grand before you even pull a pint.
Yeah.
That's sick money.
Yeah, it is.
So we were doing harvester roller, and I'd done 4 on the bounce. So you got to remember at this time, I was trying to earn as much money as I could. So we were doing minimum 12-hour days, but they were normally 14, 16.
Were you working for yourself?
I'm like
you were
project manager.
Contracting to someone else?
Yeah, so I'm contracting to another principal contractor and running their jobs.
Yeah.
So I've done £32 million GDV in projects in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Over that spectrum of restaurants, hotels, apartments, refurbs, full builds, steel structures, superstructures, all sorts, every spectrum. But back to the heart attack. So I think I was on 74 days.
Yeah.
A day off.
On the bounce.
Yeah. And I started another job. It was the halfway house in Aubrey, and it was a Monday. Do you know that most people have a heart attack on a Monday?
No.
Yep. Most people have a heart attack on a Monday in the Monday morning.
Wonder why.
Stress of going back to work.
Yeah. I
woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I thought, I've got indigestion. So I went downstairs, did what normal men do, let the dogs out.
Yeah.
Necked a litre of milk.
Yeah.
Still had it. I went back upstairs, laid in bed. I thought, this don't feel right. So I said to my partner at the time, I'm going to go to hospital. No, I don't take medication. I don't take time off work. I don't go doctors.
Yeah.
Don't go hospital.
Yeah.
So she knows something's wrong. So she sat bolt up in bed. What's gone off?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think just got a little bit of indigestion.
Yeah.
So I drives down to hospital. Parks up in Valley Gardens, which is a bit of a walk away from the hospital. Don't want to pay for the parking.
Yeah.
So I walks in, and I must have been purple because the woman behind the counter says, "So are you?" And I half jokingly said, "I think I'm having a heart attack." But I did still think it was indigestion.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
You weren't
know.
sure.
But I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So this is 4 o'clock in the morning. So she says, "Where you parked?" I said, "I parked in Valleys. I'm not paying that price." She went, "Get in there, you mad head."
Yeah.
So I've gone walking through. My mate's a nurse. She's the first person I've seen.
Yeah.
"What's up with you, Daz?" I said, "I think I'm having a heart attack." Again, a little bit of a jest.
Yeah.
She went, "Well, get in cubicle and die." The mate says, "Whoa, you can't say that." She says, "I've known him 27 years. I'll say what I want."
Yeah.
So the other nurse went, "Well, go on. Get in there and die."
Yeah.
So we're having a bit of a crack. They took my pulse, everything else. My pulse is still 59. It's always low.
Yeah.
Had an X-ray, couldn't see anything. So they said, "We're going to send you to Pinders, bigger hospital.
Hotel.
That's where.
Yeah.
So we goes over to Pinders. Again, no blues and tools on ambulance. Just over steady. Gets on bed. They're checking me out. ECG, can't see anything. And then the nurse walked out. I don't know. This is how I remember it. So this is how I say it.
Yeah.
The nurse walked out the curtain went up. As the curtain came back down, as it drew level, it felt like an explosion had gone off in my chest. So the only way I could ease it off was by like rowing like this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nurse. I'm doing this. And she comes walking in, and I swear to God, she looked at the ECG. She put her hand on my chest, and she said, "Calm down, you're having a heart attack." How are you meant to calm down when you're having a heart attack?
Calm down, you're having a heart attack.
That's the word she said.
Okay.
She put her hands on my chest and went, "Calm down, you're having a heart attack."
Fucking hell.
That moment, curtains come over, crash cart there, top off, shave me,
boom.
on the bed, defib on me,
Yeah.
straight to an ambulance, straight to Leeds. And I didn't feel that bad.
Yeah.
This pressure, it
was
felt like an
there,
explosion, but it didn't feel like I was going to die.
Yeah.
The way they were driving
What felt like
indicated that I was going to die.
Yeah.
They were up and down curbs in between
Blues and
cars,
twos.
blues and twos, you know, whatever means to get me to that hospital. So I salute them driver.
Yeah.
We gets there and it's like a rack. There's like 8 people in this
Ready.
room, all flap jackets on because they've got the lead jackets on because you're under an X-ray machine.
Yeah.
And they're all telling me what they're doing. I'm monitoring your ops. I'm this, I'm that. I'm the surgeon. I'm
Like you're taking any of it in.
just get me on.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
chucks me on this bench. There's 3 monitors up on the screen. You can see my heart. There's a little black dot. This doctor says, "We're going in at the bottom." Pulls this screen over. Next thing, there's blood all over this screen. I'm like, "What's going on?" He's pulled it back. "We're not going in here. We're having to go in here." I'm like, "Do whatever you need to do.
Just do it, mate.
Get on with it, man.
Yeah.
Don't need permission."
Yeah.
Next thing, I feel a tickle in my arm, tickle in my shoulder, tickle in my heart. Look up, and you can see this white tube come down to this black spot. Sucks it out. Instantly felt brand new. Then it came back out, went down. I had 2 blockages.
Really?
So that's what that explosion was. So I got a blockage on my main artery.
Yeah.
And the blood clot was too big.
Yeah.
That then broke and floated around to the secondary artery.
Yeah.
Blocked that.
Oh, shit.
So I went down, sucked that out. Honestly, I felt like I could run a marathon. As soon as I'd done it, felt brand new.
Straight away?
I pulled it out and it was braided, so I could feel it going all the way through me, on the inside.
Oh.
It pulls it out. And I goes, "So have you had stents? What have you done?" And he says, "Your heart's in A1 condition.
Yeah.
There's no plaque in there, no stent needed. It was just a blood clot."
Yeah.
So I had a blood clot.
Yeah.
But because my heart had been starved of oxygen, obviously it had been damaged.
Yeah.
Anything that's starved of oxygen is damaged.
Yeah.
So then I had to go through a process. They put me on all these tablets. It were £100 worth of tablets a month.
Jesus.
And like
rattling.
Yeah. So I had to get like the NHS card. So it ends up costing you a tenner or whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like an old man.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where, they thin down your blood and then they give you beta blockers to stop
slow you down and all that.
My heart rate went down to 43.
Fucking hell, that's nearly dead.
Mate, I couldn't even get an ad on.
Oh, shit. That's when you know you got a fucking issue, though.
Got issues, man.
Yeah.
So what I did is I come off all the tablets, apart from the beta blockers and the aspirin.
On your own accord?
On my own.
Yeah.
Right, felt normal again.
Yeah.
Then I went back to see a specialist. They took all my bloods and everything else. Yeah, checked everything. Then I went back to see the consultant. Gets in there and he's like, so you've had stents? So I says, listen, I'm just a builder.
Yeah.
When I build stuff, I read all the paperwork.
Yeah.
Do you just want to take a minute and read my paperwork?
Yeah.
And you were like, took back by that.
Yeah.
So I went, all right. Read the paperwork.
Give me a minute.
Then he went, I'm really sorry you had no stents of you. I went, no, now can we start?
Yeah. Now you know my backstory.
So I'm like, right, so I want to come off all these tablets. So it wouldn't be known to him that I'm off these tablets.
You're already off them.
Off them.
Yeah.
So he goes, well, look at your results. They're perfect. They're exactly where we want you to be.
Yeah.
So that tells me
I'm all right.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
So I said, well, what about the beta blockers? Because my heart rate's 43. And he
Yeah.
said, yeah, that's too low. Come off the beta blockers. That leaves aspirin.
Yeah.
I've been taking aspirin ever since, brother.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Just aspirin.
Just aspirin.
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong. I still get these like twinges.
Do ya?
And it's like, for the first year, 2 years, you think you're going to die any second.
You could.
You could. Well, I don't think you could.
Yeah.
But you feel like you're going to die.
You feel like you're going to.
And then you just get to a point where you think,
fuck it.
If honest to
when
God,
my time's up,
I'm just going to fall me, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just going to.
Yeah.
And that'll be me gone.
Yeah.
I'll be gone before I hit the floor.
Yeah.
And I've already said that to our lass. I've prepared her. But I'm in good health. You know, I get checked out. We do his blood pressure.
I do
blood pressure every day. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't take drugs. You know, don't do any of that.
Yeah.
Don't take steroids or
look after yourself.
Look
you
after
go to
myself.
the gym.
Cardio. I get up at 5, do yoga.
Do you think that's a massive important thing from your routine that you were missing back then? Is the cardio. And the actual, you can be wham, you can eat and you can fucking build your body up. But if you're not like working your body as well with the cardio, then that's a different thing, isn't it?
Too heavy, man. I was like trying to drive a truck with a Robin Reliant engine. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
That's because I'd not strengthened my heart,
your core,
by cardio, by doing cardio exercise.
Yeah.
I was putting a lot of strain on there. Now it was a blood clot that caused the heart attack, but we don't know where that had come from. We don't know if it had come from in the gym, tearing a muscle and that blood clot's worked its way around, an injury. We don't know where it come from. But it definitely did not help that I didn't look after myself. Yeah. Now I do. I feel fitter now than I did then. And
you were still bodybuilding.
I was still bodybuilding, competitions. Yeah. Like, I mean, if you see what I look like,
I did. I have.
I look at it now. I think it didn't even look like me. Yeah. It's like a different person.
Yeah.
And it is. He's, I look like Phil Mitchell in the face. Yeah. But so. With the heart attack as well, I had to go back for a test, and I went back. There were 2 nurses in this room, and builder bravado walked in the room. Yeah, said, naked. Where do you want me?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And I'm like, so one of them ends up leaving, and the other nurse saw straight through me. Yeah, she went, listen, I know that's bravado. You're upset, aren't you? Yeah, I said, I am actually. If you look out there in that waiting room, everyone's either a smackhead, crackhead, alcoholic, or they're like 90. Yeah. I take my food in Tupperware.
I look after myself.
I take food to work in Tupperware. All the lads, when I had a heart attack, they all shit themselves. Yeah. Because they drunk every night, eat takeaways all day and night, smoke. They do everything that I don't do. Yeah. So they were like, they thought they were all going to die if Daz has been taken.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So like, this woman's like, so... You're upset about it, aren't you? I said, yeah, I am, really. And she went, well, look at it this way. Thousands of people die every day from one blood clot. You had 2. Yeah. You trained every day of your life to survive that day. Yeah. And I thought, you know what? That's a good way of looking at it.
Good way of looking at it.
Good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So now, no can ever get me down. This is why I'm always positive all the time, because I've been that low. I try to bring people up all the time. Yeah. And it's never a bad day for me, because I just think, well, I'm not in jail.
True.
So it don't matter if I'm in the middle, if I'm down in a trench, I'm covered in mud and everything else. Don't matter. Yeah. I'm not locked up.
But do you still have bad days?
I have bad days. Yeah. Everyone has bad days.
That's what I mean. Like,
listen, you can't be positive all the time.
No.
Can't be positive all the time. I have bad days. I have days when I'm down. I have days when depression comes back.
How do you back that off easier now than you used to? What's your routine?
Well, you've survived 100% of everything you've been through.
Yeah, you're here to tell the tale from previous bad experiences.
As ever bad as it's been before.
Yeah.
You got through it.
A nice cliche, what don't kill you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all I think is this is just another test.
Yeah.
Is, and any time that you
just
have a test,
hurdle.
Just another hurdle to get over. It's a bad day. Tomorrow's a new day. That's what I say. That's one of my sayings actually. At site, even if someone's had a bad day, I'll say to them, tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah.
Let's put a pin in this.
Yeah.
We'll pick it off tomorrow.
Put it on the shelf.
Box it up.
Yeah.
We'll pick it up tomorrow. So I do that to myself.
Yeah, so I do. I mean, I had a bit of a wobble the other week, and it was just like that. It was temporary. I sat there for an hour and felt a bit sorry for myself, and then the end of the night come, and I just said that to myself. Well, you just said, I said, tomorrow's a fucking new day. Do you know what I mean? I've lost count how many times I've said that to myself, but sometimes that's all you need to say, innit?
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets a bit tough sometimes, and sometimes you have just got to turn it off until the next day. Sleep on it.
Go to bed early.
Get some rest, man. Do you know what I mean? Because stress is hard to deal with, isn't it? When you're mega stressed and you've got all these other things going on outside of whatever stress.
External pressures.
Yeah, external noise, I call it. Same thing. And it's hard to deal with, isn't it? I think my missus said it to me the other day, and it really made me laugh because I've never heard someone say it like that before. She was like, having a tough day. I was like, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you feel. She's like, no, I feel. It's just the only way I can say it is it feels like my brain's had a shit. And I was like, you know what? I know exactly, because it's all front-loaded. It's there, and it's like someone took a dump in your head and you can't see through it.
Yeah.
It's muddy, isn't it?
I get it.
And I'm like, I get it. It's
a good analogy.
It is, isn't it? Because it's simple. It's like, my brain has had a shit.
Yeah.
I can't think because it's muddy up there. And that's how I feel a lot of the time. And how do you get through them days?
So everyone struggles. I had one the other month. I try to speak to my friends.
Yeah.
People that
speaking about it's
a good thing.
Have you always been open?
No. I never used to.
Because it's a sign of weakness in a masculine crowd, isn't it?
I'll never ask for help. That's still a big thing. Like recently, obviously, we've had a bit of a tough time, and the planning's had his life, and stuff hasn't happened as it's meant to. Because I mean, you get sold development's easy. You can do this, you do this, and you know yourself and not.
It ain't
Planning's
easy.
got a law to itself.
Yeah.
And recently, funds haven't been the best, but my dad turned around and said, if you need to borrow anything, but literally, Rob, I will sell everything in that house before I borrow a penny.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I'll rent the house out and sleep in the van. Do you know what I'm saying?
You'll put a grow in the basement before you borrow.
There's no more grows.
No, I'm joking.
But yeah, I'll do whatever I have to do before. I'm still proud in that sense, but in the sense of like my emotional well-being, now I will actually speak to people.
Yeah.
So I've got a good friend, Stu Fauna, and we were speaking the other day. I were on about our skin at war, and he said, I had this the other day. We've got customers owe us this much money. And we're really cash flow's the killer.
It's hard, man.
He said, just sit down and write what you've actually got. Because it's not like when we were 18 and we were skint.
Yeah.
We had nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Now when we're skint, when we say we're skint, what we mean is we've got this Play-Doh's come down a little bit, money's tight. We're not you
might not have no liquid cash in the bank that day, or
we're not going out to eat at restaurants at weekend. There's none of that.
We're having value fucking shit from the fucking shops.
We're at Aldi, we're getting the microwave lasagna.
Yeah.
We're not going on holiday this year, or if we are, we're going skeggy.
Yeah, you're still eating though.
But we're still eating. Not like when you were 18 and you
fucking 90p can of soup and that was it, or nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So you got to be realistic, because you forget how far you've come.
Yeah.
Because like some days you get yourself down, and you're like,
you feel like you should always give yourself like a slap on the back or a reward for doing.
You should do. One of my I've got a friend who's like a business coach, and he said you should even like the small wins of every day. You should say well done for that.
Yeah,
but I never.
I'm not like that.
I don't
look in the mirror and go well done, man.
Yeah, you done a good job.
It's a bit cringy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I don't even like when we would do big massive jobs and you've got the client walking around and
shaking your hand.
Yeah,
and all that.
I feel awkward,
cool
man.
That. Yeah.
Proper awkward. Like, thanks for this amazing job. I'm like, Yeah, I know it's an amazing.
Yeah.
You just feel awkward.
Yeah.
So,
what's next for Daz Walker? I mean, what's on your?
So after, obviously, I've done the 7 years and saving and everything else.
Yeah.
So I did. So the plan was get out of jail, become a multi-million-pound property developer within 10 years, give back. I've got a little list what I want to do.
What does that mean to you? Giving back? Giving back in what sense?
I want to. What I was saying about going into prison.
Oh yes.
So I want to go into prison and I want to tell them and say, look, this is my story. Yeah. This is what I've done.
I've been where you are.
I've been where you are. I know what happens when you get out.
Yeah.
If you haven't got something like a trait, what I'd like to do, in an ideal world. Yeah. Obviously, I'll do developments. We're building houses.
Yeah.
What I want to do is go into jail. I want to incentivize some young lads to do the course.
Yeah.
Train, and I'll keep an eye on them.
I'll give you a fucking job when you leave.
When they come to Cat D, and they can do day release or open prison, I'll then let them come and work on my site so they get hands-on experience. Yeah. Then when it comes to release, they'll have 6 month qualification and 6 months work experience.
Yeah. Actual practical.
No one's going to be asking if they've just got out of jail.
No. They're going to be going, what have you been doing for the past 6 months? Which is what every person that you go for
any job interview,
they want to know what
I've been doing. Yeah, and phone this guy. Phone me, I'll give you a review.
Exactly, yeah, and you'll happily do that.
So, and then if they want to stay on with me, they can. If they don't, they can do their own thing. But at least we're giving them a better chance.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they just end up back in the system. Back in the system. And that's what I want to do. And I'll give them a placement on my site.
Yeah.
What would be nice is if I could get in with the council, get the council to give us some land.
A placement.
And I'll build some social housing using the inmates. That's inmates learning, giving back, and socialising.
See, I've had a bit of a similar idea when it comes to because I want to help youngers, and because I think misguided youth is a thing as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like where they've got no role model or whatever, end up in situations that you did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like obviously yours was a bit more circumstantial, but generally, people who haven't got that guidance from a young age end up in bad circumstances.
100%.
And I'd love to be able to get into them at apprentice age, maybe at college, go and see it. I've thought about it, haven't done it yet. But I was thinking, similar to you, I was thinking, how could I get like a piece of land or a development, don't have to be huge, 2 or 3 units, or a unit, whatever, and then go to a college and get like 2 apprentices from every trade. Sparky, plumber, bricky, chippy. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Paint and decorator from every trade in the college, and say, "Come and build this. Come build this development with me and my team." And really give back to them.
Yeah.
And use that as like their work experience.
Yeah, their launch pad.
Yeah. And that's what I wanted to try and do. I've been thinking about it for ages, and I thought, am I just setting my goals way too fucking ridiculous over here? Like,
no.
Do you know what I mean? Because that could be a TV program. Even your one could.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's how far I think ahead. I'm like, what could that be? Like, because it's great to want to help that small group of people that you're actually physically helping. But if you were to broadcast that in a TV medium and 100,000 people watch it and take positive from that, you've just changed 100,000 people's lives.
That's it. If you change one person,
I know it's about one, but what I'm saying, how
I get you what you're saying, man.
Do 100%, big style, man.
100%. I've gone out. I've even I like these container homes.
Yeah, you were saying.
So I was saying earlier about these container homes. I've designed some social housing using container homes.
Awesome, mate. So
then if you have a look at that, you're starting off as carbon negative.
Yeah.
Because the containers have obviously got a carbon value.
Yeah.
They're 6,000 carbon points. You start off at minus 6,000 carbon points.
Exactly.
We could set up a site with rafts, make it nice and easy. Lift the containers on and get the lads and they're all exactly the same.
Yeah.
Come out of plot 1, go into plot 2, plot 3, plot 4.
Yeah.
And try to make it into like a system.
Yeah.
Like make it, maybe even like a production line. You're getting, because all I can see is win-win-win here.
Yeah.
The guys are getting educated. They're getting a trade.
They're staying away from the bullshit.
They've got more chance of making something themselves when they get out.
Yeah.
Then we're also giving back and we've got social housing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of developments now, developers have to build social housing.
And a lot of them will do absolutely anything they can to avoid.
Build 9 houses, build 8 houses.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you build 10, you've got to give one away.
Or 4. or whatever the percentage is, because it differs from area to area, doesn't it?
Our area's 10.
It's not a blanket across the country. It does differ from area to area.
Yeah, so you've got developers that are playing this game, so they don't have to build social housing. So we're not actually getting social housing.
You're not helping anyone.
Not helping anyone but themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good ploy by the government, but you can see why the developers are doing it. If you've built a £400,000 house, you don't want someone that's council living next to you.
Yeah.
And I totally get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that. I mean, I'm from a council estate.
Yeah, so am I.
They're best places to live.
Yeah, mate.
But
they make you.
I totally get it. There's always drama at council estate.
Yeah, you know.
Joanne's at it again, look.
Yeah, I'm fucking...
From Colin out.
Yeah, you know.
Suitcases are all over the road.
He's fucking doing it again,
He's
look.
fucking got him.
Yeah, you know it.
Brilliant. And everyone, the thing about like council estates, everyone looks after each other. So if someone gets some meat.
There's that camaraderie.
Yeah, because you're all in the same boat, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't need no steak, but Darren, he will.
He will
Number
down
10.
there, go down there, he'll get it.
Yeah.
And then someone's got eggs from an allotment.
Yeah,
you know.
It's
great.
It takes me back to my youth, mate.
Yeah.
People knocking on the door with a big tartan bags full of meat.
That's
and
it,
that. I'll have a bit of that.
Shoplifters.
You know it.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Toothpaste,
They were
meat.
the salt of the earth,
Well,
mate.
you gotta get a quality from the shoplifters. Come round on a Friday night. Or they come in the local boozer.
Yeah.
On the estate. They come in the boozer, bag full of meat.
Friday, everyone
Friday, payday.
It.
Everyone's in with the little brown envelopes in the boozer.
He's quids in.
Yeah.
I like that idea with your to what you want to do with the vendors. I think that's a fucking brilliant idea.
Yeah, that for me, just to try it, like I said, if it can just change one person's life, it would be worth going in and talking 100%. To them about it. But yeah, moving on to do the social housing and you know, it's not just go in and talk to them. If that works, there's this. That works,
totally,
that,
mate. Yeah,
you know?
That's just a start.
You
know what I mean? And I don't see why you couldn't do that. I mean, there's a housing shortage. We know that's a fact in this country, whether the government have just abolished that target or not. The fact still remains there isn't
shortfall
enough.
everywhere.
There is a shortfall everywhere in this country, whether they remove the parameters or not. The fact is that there's still a shortfall. And the facts are that not a lot of people, average people, normal people, working class background like yourself and me, can afford to get on the housing ladder now.
Tough, innit?
Unless they've got like a rich family member that, or you know,
guarantor,
inherits some money, or your guarantor who's willing to put their bollocks on the line to help them out. And even then, you've still got to have the deposit cash.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is a lot of money, because house prices ain't exactly rocketed down.
They've only gone one way.
They've gone one way.
Yeah, everyone's been waiting for this crash.
They might go like this, do you know what I mean? But they don't go like that.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And people waiting for them to come down are fucking disillusion. You can look historically back at, you know, you can go back to when these records began and look at, you know, recession times, what happens in the market. It never goes like that.
No.
It's never nosedived.
Yeah.
It's plateaued and...
A little bit. We lost like 20 grand off houses back in the bad recession.
Yeah, but that's obviously on a massive...
That was the worst.
Yeah, economy of scale, when you've got, you know, 50 million people losing that much money off their house, that's why the recession happened.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? But now, again, houses aren't going to fall, are they?
No.
They might go dip, but...
Well, whatever they think that they've saved when the market crashes, they're going to pay more in interest.
Exactly.
On the borrowing.
Yeah.
So you don't...
It's
win.
a double negative.
You don't win.
No.
If the best time to buy property is now.
Yeah. Don't wait.
Now.
Yeah.
Just buy it.
Just buy it.
If the numbers work or if you want it, get it now. Don't wait. There's not going to be a crash. You're just going to end up paying more money.
Yeah.
And you're going to be stuck where you are for 6, 12 months, 2 years or whatever.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the training industry in this country? Like the property training space? I mean, we haven't got to get into it too much, but obviously you've had an experience. I've had a few experiences. What's your views on it and how it's portrayed in this country?
I think
what's going on out there, mate? What have people got to look out for?
You've got to do your due diligence. Make sure that whoever you're going and looking to be mentored by has the experience.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are saying they're doing stuff and they've never done stuff.
Yeah.
Or they've expanded on a slight truth.
Yeah.
So
twisted the truth.
They might have built one house, but they're telling you they've built 10.
Yeah.
50.
Or their numbers are skewed.
Oh, I mean, some of the figures that they're throwing around, you know, the amount of profit that you can make from one property.
Yeah.
It's misleading.
Which it can happen.
I'm not saying it can't.
But it's very, very few and far between, right?
To make the maximum amount out of a property, you obviously have got to have your own skin in it. you've got to be working it. You know, get the land at as cheap as you can get it.
I think that's the key.
100%.
Purchasing right. Because if you're overexposed at the purchase stage, then you're always playing catch up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, you get it in the valuation, the uplift on the valuation, don't you?
Yeah.
So we do 30 grand for anyone without no planning.
Yeah.
So we'll pay 30 grand for a plot with no planning on
what
an
about
option agreement.
What about when it goes to planning? What do you then do? Do you never get vendors saying, "Oh, well, I want more"?
Well, no, because what we say is before it goes into planning, we've got to do a feasibility report.
Yeah.
So obviously we'll go. I mean, don't get me wrong, the vendors are always away with the fairies.
Of course they are.
If they've got a bit of land and we say we're going to pay you 30 grand per plot.
Yeah.
They think there's 10, 20 houses that can go on one way. There's like two.
Yeah.
So you got to play that game. But once you've done the feasibility report and then you sit them down and talk to them properly, they understand.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We get a feasibility report done. We'll say, let's say there's 5 houses that can go on this. Then we'll go back to the client at that point, the vendor, and say, this is what we're willing to give you.
Yeah.
Before we put it into planning.
Yeah.
So what we say is, look, the feasibility report says we can put 6 properties on here. We can put 10 properties. Whatever
we can give you this now.
We can give you this. We don't give them anything.
Nothing.
So we put down a deposit.
Yeah.
And obviously do an option agreement.
Yeah.
We say once we get
which can be a pound.
Which can be a pound. Yeah,
right.
We normally give them £1,000.
Yeah.
That way they can get a holiday.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It seems to sweeten them up.
Yeah.
So we give them £1,000. They can have an holiday.
That sounds better than a quid, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. We give them £1,000. They can have a little holiday.
Yeah.
Plus, when they've been on holiday, they can't back out the deal.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, they're taking your money,
they're taking the money. But when we do a feasibility report, then we'll go back to them and say, look, the feasibility report says we can get 6 on. If they're not happy with that, we need to explain to them that no matter what developer they're getting,
they're going to do the same.
6.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get any more money.
Yeah.
And then 9 times out of 10, we just sign and agree then. Then we'll put it into planning.
Yeah.
Then once we've got planning, we then got the uplift.
You can either sell it or build it.
We can sell it or build it. And we make sure that's in the paperwork as well.
Yeah, you can choose what you're going to do with it. You don't have to.
Yeah, we don't have to be the principal contractor.
Yeah, you can just move it on and take the money off the deal sort of thing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So that works for us.
Yeah, that's what we're now looking into more, because obviously we had the hat on before of just thinking about building everything we looked at. Soon realised very, very quickly that, hang on a minute, we got like 10 potential deals here. How the fuck are we going to raise money for and then build all these sites simultaneously?
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
No.
At all.
Not realistic.
Not realistic at all. And then we were thinking, well, hang on a minute. What would be realistic is if we got planning uplifts on 8 of these, sold them on in the same time it'd take us to build out 2 of them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? All of a sudden you just earn, well, whatever, 100 grand a plot you're
whatever
selling.
It is.
Whatever it is. You know, for the same amount of time it would have taken you to build them, you just earned the same money.
Yeah.
In half the time, sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes you think, is there any point building them?
But again, I think a lot of these people, mentors, coaches, who teach different strategies, different companies all over the country, I think the strategies that they're practicing and preaching about, i.e., whether it's HMO, SA, new build,
rent to rent,
they're doing it. They're doing their projects as token projects, just to say, oh no, I'm still doing what I'm teaching.
Yeah.
No, I'm real. I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm still doing it.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing 1 a year.
Yeah.
Or 1 every 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got to do it anymore because I'm earning millions doing this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
we can't fault people.
No, I'm not faulting people. I'm not hating. I'm not throwing shade on anyone. I'm not saying anyone's... You know, I respect business people who go out there and forge their path and crack on. But when that money's being made out of manipulating...
Or misleading...
or manipulating people and taking weaknesses and wringing them dry, that's when I've got an issue with it.
Big issue. And
there's also people out there that are like being like, you know, missold to, that I don't even think should be in the property or construction arena, bruv.
We do it every day.
Dangerous job.
And it's at least,
practically, if you're on the tools, on a site, and it's a dangerous job. Whether you're a painter or fucking decorator who's working isolated in a plot on his own, or you're a ground worker in a trench with a digger bucket over your head, it's a dangerous environment to be in, right?
That's right. Yeah. And there's people like, and not taking this away from anyone, but school teachers, you know, people, office workers. They're coming into this environment and they don't know how it works.
Exactly.
And they're putting themselves at risk.
You've just said it to me. You've just said exactly what I wanted to lead on and say, is that because they're being missold that it's easy, and then you've got that blurred line between property investor, property developer, and actually understanding that what they're investing into and getting involved in is a construction project and not a property project.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're saying.
It's like, oh yeah, we'll put our money into this, it's property, it's safe. You know, what they don't know is then, like, if they're getting a principal contractor in, is that contractor doing things up to standards for a start?
Yeah, does he know the regs?
Does he know what CDM means? Do you know what I mean? Is he submitting the right information to the right authorities before you can start the project?
Is the F10 in?
Is the F10 in? What is an F10?
What is an F10?
Do you know what I mean? But none of these people who are property investors are going to know any of this because they've never done a construction project. Yet they're investing into property that need refurbs, extensions. How do you add value on a property? You generally extend it, refurb it, you tear it apart.
Add value.
Yeah. You tear it apart, you add bits, you take bits away, you make it worth more money by generally doing construction to it.
Yes.
Yeah?
100%.
And this is what I think a lot of these people don't actually take into account when they're sold these. Yeah, no money down, come and do this. You can, just hire a builder. Just fucking get free quotes.
Leverage it out.
Just get free quotes, go down the middle, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think it's quite sickening.
It is.
To be honest.
And it shows their level of greed.
Yeah.
And no content.
No care.
No, for the people who they're teaching.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's what I was saying. You need to really do your homework about who you're learning off. And see if you want to be that type of person.
Yeah.
Because really I want to be like my mentors.
Yeah.
That's why I choose them as my mentor.
Yeah.
You don't want to be getting a mentor who
doesn't align with you.
Yeah. Because you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to get fleeced out your money.
Yeah.
And that you're gonna go to a site with misinformation and not the right information or not enough information.
Yeah.
Walking into a minefield.
Especially if you're not from the background and you're just taking that person's word or that group of people's word for gospel, and then learning later on
the hard lessons,
the harder lessons when you haven't really got the time or the budget to be making them sorts of mistakes in construction projects. Contingencies there for experienced people that there might be an oversight on the project. Oh, fuck, I missed that off the drawing. Luckily, we got a bit of contingency in the job.
Yeah. That's
not for people to learn how to do a job.
No.
Is it?
If something goes wrong, like if something's ever gone wrong and I'm able to drop on and fix that problem.
Yeah.
What if you didn't have that skill?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what happens if you've run out of money and you still need doors hanging?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
You're not going to do them yourself.
You're going to get on YouTube and try to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And go and buy 50p chisel.
And probably struggle like fucking hell.
Monkey metal hammer.
Yeah.
They're just getting missold, these courses. Obviously, they're playing on the potential of earning big amounts of money.
It's possible.
It is possible, of course it is. But we do it every day and it's still difficult for us.
Yeah, we still make mistakes.
I've been doing this 25 years.
Yeah.
Do you know, and it's still difficult.
And still that leap into property development for you is still hard, isn't it?
So it's took us 7 years. It's took me 7 years of saving and working away and everything else and investing.
Yeah.
Living up £3.50 t-shirts. I read this magazine once about like successful men that wear the same clothes every day.
Yeah.
So for the last 7 years, I've worn £3.50.
Mate, you'll never catch me in much different to my work gear every day.
Same.
Whatever I'm doing, if I'm at home or I'm at work, I'm in a Majestic t-shirt with fucking tracky bottoms on, mate.
I've got my
you know what I mean?
Here,
that's what I mean.
Die or get rich or die grafting.
Yeah, that's it. I like that.
So
no, there's something that can be said.
Just drop back on there though as well. Not only they never taught like man management.
Yes.
So I mean, on site it's hard to manage men. Some men need a cuddle, some men need a kick.
Yeah.
Some men need a cuddle in the morning, a kick in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The worst men to manage are ground workers.
Definitely.
Scaffolders.
Yep.
Bricklayers.
Yes.
These are hardy men.
Yeah.
Normally alpha males.
Yeah.
That work outside all the time.
They're Larry,
tough men.
They want to be top of their little pyramid.
Yep. Tough men. They're the hardest men to manage.
Yeah, I think
by
so.
far.
Yeah.
how's someone that's never managed men in life going to manage them men?
Yeah.
When they turn around and they say, you ain't got a clue what you're on about.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you?
You do it.
Yeah. Show me.
Yeah. Because that's the attitude of a brickie or a groundworker. Go on, then you fucking do it.
Yeah.
Get in that machine and you fucking do it then. Go on.
You think you're better than me?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Let's see it.
Yeah, go on, do it.
And how can they do that if they've come from a
teaching background?
I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, I know,
on an office background.
Yeah.
You ain't got that.
It's a different level.
Like
even the banter level's a lot different, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's brutal at times, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when you've come up as a tradie, through that,
hardened to it.
You're hardened to it, and then when you go into management, you know how to talk to these people because you've had the arguments with them.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a joiner and you're arguing with a bricket, it makes sure it does a neat cut up on the gable end. And you're like, It's like you can't even see it's under the soffit. What does that matter? You varnish the underside of a table, you can't see that. You know,
exactly.
Have these arguments. You know? And all that builds you into the person that you are, doesn't it? You know, they are.
Gives you the experience you need to go on and later on do what we are now doing in doing our own property developments.
Taking them skills and then transferring
that
we've learned them through graft and being taken the piss out of and all the rest of it. We've learnt them skills now, and then we're transferring them skills into the management of other men.
Not saying that it isn't possible to come from a different background and transfer other skills into property development or investment or construction, because it is possible.
Of course it is. Anyone could. One of the best teachers that I ever had were a guy that had retired from Dunlop Tyres.
Yeah.
He was a salesman for Dunlop Tyres, and when I went back to college to do my NEBS management course, he was the teacher.
Oh, really?
And he was the best teacher. Do you know why? Because he loved it.
Yeah, you got passion.
He'd finished a job that he hated.
Yeah.
And gone into the career that he loved.
Yes.
Never too late to learn something new.
Nah, yeah,
you know, that's what I took from that. This guy was like 62 when he learned to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And he learned so I've got, you know,
admiration
for that. Yeah. Anyone can learn. I think people, if you're willing, you can learn a new skill. I'm not saying that.
I just think you've got to be, like you said, you've got to be willing to accept the learns.
Yeah. And accept that it's not going to come.
And understand that you're not, you know, we're all students, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's been important for me growing up. Is like we spoke about a little bit earlier about when you think you know it all.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's so dangerous. Like when you think you know it all and like being too cocky and overconfident, it can be good in some scenarios.
Yeah.
But more often than not, I'd say that sort of attitude's quite detrimental, isn't it?
Yeah. It holds you back.
Yeah.
Because whenever you're saying something, you're never learning something new, are you?
Nah.
Whenever you got your mouth open, you're not
listening.
You're not listening. Nah. You're not learning.
Nah.
You're only saying something that you already know.
Yeah. I've definitely started to use my my mouth and my ears in opposite ways now I'm older. Like in the past 4 or 5 years, especially, you know, getting the personal development thing and sort of like, I have learned so much just by shutting up.
Yeah.
And because I'm loud, right? I'm probably a bit like you.
Same.
Fucking come on, you know what I mean? I like people knowing I'm in the room, you know what I mean? You get me though?
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And I'm exactly the same, but I have learned that fucking just toning it down a little bit and opening these a bit more often has fucking changed my world.
And the way people look at you as well.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't just
because they expect you to be like that.
Yeah, loud, brash.
Yeah.
You know,
if you're actually a bit more
quiet.
Yeah.
And
they think they know, and then you.
They don't know. They think you're the most intelligent person in the room.
Yeah,
you know?
If
you don't say anything, people are going to assume you're the most intelligent person in the room.
Yeah.
The moment you, when I start going off on one, I can just falls out of me.
Yeah.
I'd sort of go off on wild tangents.
Yeah.
But that's what I learned. I were giving away too much.
Too much. That's what I'm like.
Oh, man.
Shut up.
Well, you don't have to say that.
You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Actions speak louder.
Even though you know everything, it doesn't mean you have to tell everyone.
Yeah.
But like from being younger and like wanting to be, hey, look at me. It's hard to flip that one.
That still comes out of me sometimes though.
Listen, I'm best joiner in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, mate. You know what I mean?
I'm best joiner in the world.
Yeah.
But it means something to me to be a tradesman. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Honest to God, it means something to me to be a tradesman.
I love my job, mate.
Love it.
Like even because people would argue with me, and I have had this argument so many times in the past. Groundworks ain't a trade. Fuck off, mate.
All right.
It's not. Do you know what I mean? That's a load of bullshit.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Just because they haven't got what they have now. I think they do civil engineering courses now at college level. But just because they didn't 10, 15, 20 years ago, it doesn't mean it ain't a trade.
Yeah.
Like you go and get me a fucking roofer that can lay me pipe at a proper gradient and show me how it goes in.
Mate.
They won't.
It's tough.
It is hard, isn't it?
It's tough.
You got to work out your levels and make sure that your work's like you're working off someone else is taking your datums off of like a curb that might be wrong or a brick or a wall that might be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to have the foresight to work that out
and say that's a problem
and see it's a problem before you put it in.
Because we cover it.
Yeah.
With everything.
Yeah.
We put everything on top of your work. So if your work's not right.
Yeah. Oh shit! That BT's only 200 mil down in that footpath.
Exactly.
You get me?
Yeah, it's a very critical job.
I think so.
Very.
Mate, I'm proud of being a ground worker, man. Always have, always loved the job. And I often think now, like, with the stress that I go through with property and all the other stuff that I do, sometimes I sit there and think, just get me back in that fucking digger. Get my spade.
When I get dropped back on doing joinery, I don't even have to think.
Yeah.
It's subconscious.
Yeah.
I've done it that long, it's subconscious. So I end up singing, carrying on.
You're just enjoying it.
Enjoying it. Same when I'm walling to a line. You know, it's exactly the same. Monotonous.
Just
walking
turn it
to a line.
off.
I'm thinking about other stuff. I'm singing to the radio.
Yeah.
You don't get that when you're managing a job and you've got 75 men on site. And
you got
Daz, come and have a word with Joe because he's in my way. And
yeah.
I did the one before I had the heart attack. We were doing an harvester at Wallasey. And we used to do them in 21 days. Yeah. And they reduced it to 14.
Right. You know, it's a week.
2 weeks.
Yeah, but they took a week off,
Yeah, they took a week off.
Yeah.
Same stuff to do. So, and then I had
longer days then.
I had 7, well, I can get longer than 16 hours.
Yeah,
I remember one week I did 117 hours in the week. That was a long.
That's a month's work.
Well, that's why I used to take the piss. When people used to say, I said, how many hours you done this week? They said, I've done 45. I said, what, you done after Wednesday?
Yeah.
Like the ongoing joke.
Yeah.
And we're doing this Wallasey job. I had 75 men on site.
Yeah.
One day, that was the busiest day. We put 2 extensions on it. One external, that was timber frame, but we were render board.
Yeah.
So they were quicker.
Yeah.
And then the other one was an extension into the old Charlie Chalks.
Yeah.
So that were at the end of the building. We knocked a wall down, went into that, brought a suspended ceiling down. I had guys coming up to me like, Daz, I need to do this carpet because they're getting paid on the meterage.
Yeah.
And then I've got lads that are fitting wooden floors and they're getting paid on the meterage. And I'm like, well, just wait for him to lay the wood because you need to know where you fucking start. Do you know what I'm saying? Just drop behind the bar, do something. And you're having to manage all that and the stress of it and the money and the...
Getting the materials
Sometimes I think I'm just going to go and hang a door.
Yeah.
Deal with this.
Yeah. Take your black hat and put it on someone else.
Take their white hat, put it on. Yeah. I'll go back, I'll just go hang a door. Man.
Yeah.
But
you still got love for what you do though.
Love it. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at new ways of building. I've been looking at these eco homes. I think moving forward, like A-frame buildings.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be the future. Why we got walls?
True.
Why don't we just have a roof?
Yeah.
Fully insulated, one side fully like solar panelled, have the living accommodation inside, fully protected. Yeah. That's what they do in Poland and stuff. That's what they do on the continent.
Yeah.
I think it's the way forward. But we've got to get out of this bricks
and
mortar
we're very
and traditional
though here in this country, aren't we? Like
100%.
we pride ourselves on being old school.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's cool, but there's got to be a time where this old school becomes the new school eventually. Like we've got to let go of like Tradition doesn't always mean it's right anymore.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Just because it's traditional to do something like that.
Just because you've always done it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean there's not a better way now.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like, things were traditional and kept like that for a reason at the time. But now things have evolved and technology and the way we work and all that stuff. Why are we doing things like that? Do you know what I mean? It's not even but listen, it's not even cost effective to build in bricks and mortar anymore.
No.
We were talking about build costs earlier. You know, it's not cheap to build in bricks and mortar anymore. And obviously a skill shortage is another thing.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have gone back now, haven't they?
That's what I'm saying.
Brexit.
Yeah. But, and no younger person wants to get into trades anymore.
Well, this sort of links back to the jail thing.
Yeah.
You know, getting people into
like I said to you about me doing it with apprentices. That is why
we want to get these younger people into
to show them that it's not a bad industry and there's still good money to be earned in it.
And there is good money to be. There's some brickies that I know, they do $17.50 for Thursday.
Yeah.
$17.50 for Thursday. And they come in on a Friday just to set up the bricks.
Just to stack
them.
Yeah.
That's it. $17.50.
They're gone by 10.
Got 10.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're in at 6, out by 9. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Monday to Thursday they're not working late.
Nah,
you know,
fuck me.
Like 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
3 o'clock is late.
Yeah,
for a brickie.
I'd never see a brick down here on site, even on a summer's day when they've got the hours in the day. They won't be on site longer than 3 o'clock.
No,
they'll be gone. But they'll be doing their graft because they'll be there at 5:30, 6, setting the mixer up.
Yeah, and they won't have a break. They'll work through the morning break.
Yeah.
That's
how I like to work. Do you like a dinner break?
Only because I eat.
Yeah, you got your routine.
Routine, man.
Yeah.
Like I get up at 5 o'clock, do yoga, go to gym at 6 o'clock.
Do you? Is this every day?
Apart from weekends.
Do you have rest day?
Weekends.
Yeah.
So weekends we do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So if there were a time though, then I never. I used to take a 6-pack bag with me everywhere. I had all the food, everything else in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat. I'd just eat what I cooked.
Yeah.
But now obviously, I'm not competing anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I keep a routine. So ideal day for me, 80-20 innit?
Yeah.
Don't you think 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
Works. So 80% of the time, this is me. Up at 5 yoga, gym at 6, get back at 7.
Yeah.
On site for 7:15.
Yeah.
Then I'll work until 5, 6 o'clock, depends.
Yeah.
And then me and Alice will go for a walk, cook tea, cook my meals for the next day. 9 o'clock, I do like a meditation thing.
Yeah.
9:30, I do yoga again. 10 o'clock, I'm in bed.
Oh, yeah. Every night, boom.
80-20.
Yeah.
So like 80% of the time. That's like that's the routine.
Yeah.
But that works for us.
Yeah,
we go to the gym in the morning. What would happen?
You go together, don't you?
Exactly.
That's
so we
nice.
get to spend an hour in the morning together.
Yeah.
And when we finish work, we get a 40-minute walk together. We spend an hour and 40 minutes together.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
You know,
which a lot of people probably don't even do that.
Well, I mean, before we did that, I'd go to the gym in the morning. She'd go to the gym at night. So
you're like ships in the night.
Exactly. We're just passing each other. We'd probably have like half an hour on the sofa.
Yeah.
And then you're going up to bed, aren't you?
And that's probably generally filled with your shit points from the day. Like, how's your day?
Just moaning at each other.
And then half, boom, you're not seeing each other again till the next moaning session.
Yeah, we'll have 40 minutes of moaning at each other tomorrow. Can't wait.
Yeah. That's what it's like, though, isn't it? If you don't make that time that works for both of you, isn't it?
I think, like, the best version of you is a disciplined version of you.
Yeah.
So it's tough, innit? It's tough to be successful. Successful is something they have to work on every day.
Yeah.
Innit? And I think unless I have routines, I'm regimented, then I could be easily
led. See, I think that's my problem, is because I've never had to be regimented, and I've never let anyone regiment me, or I've always been my own boss.
Yeah.
But I know that when I do give myself a regiment and a routine, and I stick to it, I'm like a creature of habit. You know, I know that's what we are. Really.
People are, yeah. 100%.
Once you learn a habit and you get yourself into it, it's almost like
your body loves it.
It's natural.
Loves it.
Yeah, it's routine, and I'm like that. I get up every morning at 5 o'clock. Naturally, I don't have an alarm.
Yeah.
I just like, it's probably like you. You probably go ping and you're like, I'm awake. That's it.
Time to get up.
Don't need an alarm. Yep. Do you know what I mean? When I'm tired to go to bed. Generally, same as you, 10 o'clock. That's me. I'm in bed.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So I know that when I can get into a routine and I do stick to it, it's good for me. But then I struggle with like the gym routine, the eating healthy. And I don't know why it is, because I think it's convenience a lot of the time. Because I'm so here, there and everywhere with work and everything else I'm doing, I literally eat on the fly.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I haven't actually eaten anything today. It's like 4:45 in the afternoon. No, but I'm just saying, as a thing, like, you've probably had your breakfast, your lunch.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
I've had my breakfast.
Do you have an in-betweener?
Well, normally I'd have my meal, so I'd have like chicken and rice at 10, and then chicken and rice at 12, and then chicken and rice at 3.
Fucking hell, you're like the guy that tuna and a rice cake. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah, have you seen him now? He's all right. He's doing well.
Yeah, no, he is. He was on telly not long ago.
That's it. So like I said, I eat the same all the time. So, but with that, you know, like, you got
Do you prep?
Yeah, every night I cook every night.
Okay.
So
for the next day, or
for the next day?
Okay.
So some people prep for a couple of days. I'm not into that. I just prep for the next day.
Yeah. Okay.
Because otherwise, I end up with a fridge full of Tupperware.
Yeah.
I eat three Tupperwares a day.
Yeah.
So it's like 900 grams of rice,
wet
weight, and I think there's 500 grams of chicken and
veg
and stuff.
Yeah.
But because I eat at certain times, your gut controls your mood.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize
I've heard this. I've sort of,
Your gut controls your mood. So if you're like this with your food up and down, that's how your emotions are going to be. And you don't even know.
I can see why that's a thing.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get hangry. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I do.
So hangry.
Yeah.
But because I eat at specific times, I just level. Yeah. All the time. It comes back to that disciplined version of you. It's the best version of you.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see why you say that. Yeah.
So, even if you were making your meals and taking them with you and eating them, you're in that routine. Yeah. Even if you decide that your routine is going to be, you have a sandwich, you go to the sandwich shop in the morning, you have a sausage sandwich in the morning, you have a tuna sandwich at dinner and a ham sandwich at tea. If you get them all in the morning, you're set. Yeah. I know it's more expensive that way, but you could always make sandwiches at home.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying about grabbing food on the fly, because I used to do it. It didn't help.
No.
I would hangry all the time, man.
Yeah. So, because you're literally only then going to find something when you're at that point of starvation. It's like, I'm fucking hungry. I need to fucking eat. That's what I'm like. It's like I don't eat or go and find something to eat until I get to that.
Yep, exactly.
Which is probably the
too late.
Wrong way to be doing it.
Totally, man.
Yeah. My emotions are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Why are you so angry?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm hungry.
Yeah. There's a difference. Hey, listen, man. This has been. Do you know how long we've been talking in here for?
How long?
This is the longest podcast I've done.
Is it?
No shit.
Sorry about that.
No, mate. That's brilliant.
I don't even know if
because I just felt like you were a bit nervous before, innit?
Oh, we're totally nervous.
How's it gone? You think you're feeling all right so far?
I feel all right. I feel like I've been able to get what I wanted off my chest.
Good.
And hopefully people take something from my story that, even though you can hit the lowest of the low, the bottom, scrape the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
That's not the end.
Mate, no way.
Not the end.
No
As
way.
long, just when you give up, that's the end.
That's the end, yeah.
As long as you've got drive and you push forward, I think, honestly, you can work through
anything.
Yeah. And I want people to take that away from this. Hopefully.
I do as well, and I think they will, mate. Honestly, genuinely think that a lot of people are going to listen to this and go, that's shit art. Like, honestly, what you've been, how you've spoken, honestly, about what you've been through and, like, where you are now. Be proud of yourself, man. I know it's hard. You're like me, man. When someone says, "Oh, you should be proud of yourself," you're like, fuck off. Do you know?
Cheers.
Yeah. One of them awkward moments, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's next for you, mate? What's next on your list of to-dos?
So we're in the final stages of planning now. I've got 5 properties to build.
Yeah.
So we've taken a different approach. We've got like a donor house.
Yeah.
Doing like a backland development on this donor house. Bought the house with an acre of land, bought the next door neighbour's land, got planning permission on it now for 5 houses.
Nice.
Gonna build these like high energy efficient houses.
Yeah.
And then do the donor house on the way, refurbish the donor house on the way out.
Yeah.
So I reckon it's gonna take us about 12 months.
Yeah.
To do this. So we're just going through the final processes of what we're going to do. If we're going to do it traditional build, if we're going to do it with
timber frame,
SIP panel, timber frame, because obviously there's advantages to each.
100%.
Obviously, you watertight in 7 days with timber frame and SIP. You can get all the trades in, leave the brickies outside.
Yeah, the build time seriously reduces.
Yeah. And it's not that expensive if you look into the figures.
Yeah, I think it's still competitive.
It is competitive.
Yeah.
And for the IU value, the insulation value, you know, I mean, we've got traditionally now we've got to hit a 3.
Yeah.
A SIP starts at 5.
Yeah.
Standard.
You're there.
You're over and above.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to worry.
That's the future, isn't it?
This is what we were just talking about. The future's not bricks and mortar.
No, I'm seriously surprised that we're still using it in such volume, if I'm honest. I mean, I know it's slowly starting to be obsolete, slowly, but we're still using it.
Yeah,
still coming in fucking volumes on site.
The mortgage companies like to lend against it.
Yeah, not everyone likes timber frame and other methods. But that's just this country, isn't it?
It's because not more people are doing it.
Yeah. So
as soon as more people are doing it,
and
it's a more proven technique.
Yeah.
They'll be on board.
Right,
or more companies will be on board. I mean, there are companies out there that are on board.
Yeah, I agree. So where can people, if people have never heard of you, where can people connect with you on social media, mate?
So on Instagram, it's UK Construction.
Yeah.
UK_construction.
Yeah.
Facebook, it's Daz Walker.
Yeah.
And TikTok.
Yeah. You on there, are you?
I've had to go on there, man.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
Like my younger cousins are like, you got to get on
your
there.
Your videos, you got to get on.
Some of my videos are funny, so
yeah,
I'm on there. I've actually had more views. I had one that went a bit viral the other day.
Did you? How many?
I had like 13,000 views in 3 days.
A random tea hut video on there 3 weeks ago, 50,000 views. I was like, what? And I was like, But like the others have only got like 500, 600. But then this one, I was just like, I don't know what I did different there.
I can't work it out. You got to put them on at certain times. It was just, right hashtags. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm learning it.
So it's UK Construction
on
Instagram and on TikTok.
Yeah.
But on Facebook, it's just Daz Walker.
Hey, listen, let's wrap it. But I tell you, we're gonna reconvene on this again in 6 months. We're gonna come back.
We're gonna talk about the horror stories in jail.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got all sorts.
That's the thing.
Here,
There's so much stuff that we probably didn't digress into. But mate, let's do it again. Let's come back and let's do it again another time.
We're back again.
We're doing it again. This ain't gonna be the only time you're gonna be in the tea hut.
Put up with me twice.
Yeah. Oh, mate, for sure. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have as well.
Yeah, I've loved it, man.
And I hope the listeners out there have really taken some value from your story, experiences, and if they want to reach out and contact you and ask for advice,
support.
Mate.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I'm here to help anyone. Yeah, anytime.
Nice. I appreciate that. Cheers for coming down, Daz.
Cheers, Rob.
Bye.
The Tea Hut, proudly brought to you by eGrowth Media.